This top confuses a lot of people, and I understand why, because the drape or the pleat looks complicated. Well, the secret to drafting this style is understanding where the drape actually starts from and how it is built into the pattern. Now, once you understand that, this style becomes surprisingly easy to recreate. So in today's class, I'll be showing you exactly how to draft this asymmetrical draped top step by step so you can confidently make one that fits you beautifully. So if you are ready, let's jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to do would be for us to trace out our front bodice block. Now, when you trace out the front bodice block, you trace it out like this, and then you mirror it and trace out the other side. Now, because this top is an asymmetrical top, that is why we need the full front bodice block, okay? Now, you are going to, we're going to first of all, modify the neckline. Now you're going to expand it a little bit. So from here to here, you're going to measure 3 cm and then you mark. And then you come to this side, you do exactly the same thing. From here to here, you mark 3 cm. Okay? Now once you've done that, you are going to draw the shape of your neckline. So I'm going to start from here. The depth will be, say, about 11 cm or say 12 cm. It really depends on you. Now once you've done it like this, you see my line is slightly slanted. You're going to connect these points using your French curve. You're going to connect it like so. You can actually use your a straight meter rule, but I think using a French curve like this, slightly curving it like this, will look better. You can see how it looks. So that is your neckline. So once you've done that, we're going to trim off these parts so we can see it very well, okay? So you see, this is our neckline, asymmetrical neckline. The next thing we want to do is, you're going to this side now where the pleats are. You are going to divide this part into 4 equal parts. So you're going to have 3 points like this. The 3 points that you have, we're going to use them to draw slash lines. Okay? So now you are going to connect this first point here. You're going to connect it to your dart tip. So you use your French curve slightly like so, and then connect it very nicely. Okay. And then this second point here, you're going to connect it to this dart tip. All right, while this last point here, you're just going to draw it straight down, okay? Straight down, all the way down to your dart leg, like so. All right, now for this part, you will know that if you look at the design very well, you'll notice that there's a joining here. So you are going to use your meter rule and then just connect it nicely to the armhole. Blend it nicely like this, or you can actually use your French curve. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, this is okay. So you connect it nicely because we're going to cut this off. All right, now once you've done that, the next thing we want to do is these 2 bust points here, we are going to connect them together. So connect it like this with a straight line. All right, so once you're happy with this, the next thing would be for us to open our slash lines. So I'm going to cut this one open first, and then you're going to cut it all the way to your dart tip, like so. And then you're going to cut one leg of your dart, and then you close it up. Now you see, when you close your bust dart, you will see that this place opens up very well. Okay, now the next thing would be for us to cut these slash lines as well. So you cut all the way down to your dart tip like so. You also cut this other one all the way down like this. All right, Now you are going to cut on this leg of the dart so that you can close it up. When you cut on this leg of the dart like so, all the way to the dart tip, and then close it up, you will notice that you will have an opening like so. Okay, let me close this up first. Okay, now you see that this one is we have another pleat that we can create here. Now for the last pleat for this one, so that we can have an opening here, now from this dart leg here, this place here, I hope you can see it well, you're going to measure upwards, say about 1 cm like so, and then you're going to connect it nicely to this dart tip in a slant like so. Now let me use a pen, this pen, so you can see it very well. Aha, so you connect it nicely like so. Now you are going to cut it open. You cut it all the way down, you cut it all the way down to this point, and then you cut it like so. Can you see? And then you cut it like so, all the way down to the other dart tip. Okay, so you see you're going to have something like this. The reason why we had to do this is so that we can have some more room to spread out the for some more room to create the fullness here, or the drape, or the pleat, whatever you want to call it. So you take a plain sheet of paper and you just place it on top. Before we do that, we can already separate this side of the pattern, because this part is going to be separated like so. The reason why we had to separate these and not cut it as one full pattern is because so that we'll be able to create facing and stitch this one so that it will be neat. This one we're going to cut 2 pieces of this one. One is going to be used to turn it. Okay, so now I'm just going to place this on a sheet of paper. Like so. I'm going to lift this up a little bit. I'm lifting up, say, about 1.5 cm or 2 cm. Now you're going to spread them out evenly. So just eyeball it and then you spread them out evenly. Okay, so once you've done this, the next thing would be for us to fold our pleats, all right? So we're going to just fold it. The pleat is facing this way, so you fold on this leg of your slash line and place it on top of the other one, like so. Okay, like this, and then you fold on this other leg and then rest it, place it against the other one like so. So you see our drape or our pleats are forming very nicely. Then you fold on this leg and then you place it on the other one, on the other leg like so. Okay, so at the end you're going to have something like this. Okay, now you can use a sticky tape to hold them in place so you can trim it off nicely. So let me use a sticky tape to hold them in place. Okay, so once you held them in place, you are now going to draw your shoulder line very nicely. So this point connected to the other point. So you see you're going to have something like this. And now you are going to trim off this excess paper. So when you open it up, you're going to have something like this. Can you see? Nice and neat. And then you're going to have this part that is going to be joint just like this. So you see that your front pattern piece is ready, very easy, right? Okay, the only thing you need to really do here is you're going to create a facing for these parts so that you can turn it very nicely. And then I already mentioned that you're going to cut this one 2 pieces so that you can turn this part nicely, and then so you can stitch it and it will look beautiful. So this is for the front part. Easy, right? Easy peasy. I told you that it was not difficult. I hope you believe me now. If you are enjoying this tutorial, please just leave a comment for me and let me know that you find this tutorial simple and easy to follow. If you have questions as well, please drop them in the comment section. So now we want to work on the back side. So for the back side is really pretty easy. There's nothing much to do for the back side. Oh, one thing I didn't mention for the front side, because for this front part, this blouse is a loose blouse, so we are going to ignore these darts to create that loose effect. Okay, so we don't need this part anymore. And if you feel that the blouse is not loose enough, you can add a little bit on the side seams. Okay, so now you go to the back side. Now for the back side, remember that for the front side, we took off 3 cm for the neckline. So for our neckline to balance well, from here to here, you're going to take off 3 cm as well. And then you can drop it a little bit here, say about 1.5 cm. And now you're going to connect them together. So you're going to use your French curve to connect them together nicely. So you're going to cut off these parts. So it's actually only the neckline that we need to modify for the back side. This one, you're going to cut it on fold. So this side is going to be placed on the folded part of your fabric. Okay, so that's it for the back side. Now the other thing we need to do now would be for us to work on the sleeve. The sleeve is also pretty easy, so hang on. So to draft patterns for the sleeve, you're just going to go ahead, get your sleeve block, and then you're going to determine where you want your sleeve to stop. Now this one, the sleeve is pretty short, so I'm going to use maybe about 14 or 15 cm. So you just determine where you want your sleeve to stop, and then you draw like so, and then you cut off this other part. We don't need this part. Okay, now you are going to draw slash line. This is my center line for the sleeve. This is the center line, and you're going to draw slash lines so that we can spread them out. This sleeve is actually like a flutter sleeve. I think it is actually a flutter sleeve. So you're going to draw slash lines. So the slash lines will be maybe about 3 cm from your center line. Well, the idea is for you to draw slash lines that are a little bit equal. Yeah, you see, so 3 cm, I use 3 cm. You can also use 3 cm, you can use 5 cm. It really depends on you. Okay, all right, so you're going to have something like this. Okay, so now you're going to cut the slash lines all the way down to the sleeve crown, but do not cut them through, so that you can spread them out very nicely. And once you cut open your lines, you're going to get a plain sheet of paper, and then you're just going to draw a random straight line at the middle of the paper. Now this line is just to serve as a guide. Okay, and then you take your sleeve. You're going to place your center line. You see my center line here? So you're going to place it like that. Okay. And then you are going to, let me stick it down so that it doesn't move. Just place your center line here. Aha. So now you are going to spread them out. You're going to spread them out as wide as you like. Now, remember, the wider you spread them out, the wider your pleat is going to be. So I'm going to spread my out here now. Well, this part here, this center line, I'm going to spread them out 3 cm. From here to here, 3 cm. Now you can spread yours wider than that if you want your sleeve to be very full. So whatever you use in spreading this part out is also what you're going to use for this part, so that it will be even. Okay. Okay, so if you spread this part, the whole of this part out 6 cm, you're going to spread this part out 6 cm as well. Now the reason is because we want all our we want it to be even. Okay, so if yours was 8 cm, also spread the other part 8 cm or 10 cm. Okay. Okay, so once you spread them out, you're going to have something like this. Now if you want a fuller sleeve, you can add a little bit to the side. I always like to add a little bit to the side. So on the side seam here, you can add, say, about 2 cm, and then you connect it nicely to your sleeve crown like so, and then you do exactly the same thing for this side as well. And then you are going to go ahead and blend your hemline. So you take your French curve and then you blend them nicely. Blend your hemline like so. The next thing would be for you to trim off all the excess paper. So this is going to be your sleeve pattern. So now I'm going to place all the patterns together so you can see them very well. So that's your sleeve pattern. This is your top pattern. So you see all your patterns. You can see them very well. All right, and really that is it, besties. Was it simple enough for you to understand? Please let me know in the comment section. I hope this tutorial has shown you that, you see, beautiful designs, they don't always need complicated patterns at all. Sometimes it's just about knowing the right technique to use. Now, if this video helped you, please, I would really appreciate if you give me a like, share it with another sewing bestie, and subscribe for more pattern drafting tutorials. All right, and if you are ready to take your pattern making and sewing skills to the next level, you are going to find even more in-depth tutorials inside my online school. The link is going to be in the description box below. Thank you so much. I'll see you again in my next one. Until then, bye-bye.